You only need to file an income tax return under circumstances where you might conceivably owe money, or you want to claim the GST, or you have some credits that you'd like to apply. Even if you have no income, for example, tuition credits, you'd like to report those so you can accumulate your unused credits. So while you may not have an immediate requirement to file, there's always good reasons to file. Actually, it can be under certain circumstances. If you have income from business or property and you use your property for business purposes, your mortgage interest can be deductible, but it has to be deducted against income from business or property. But the average person who works and goes to 9 to 5 and comes home and has a mortgage, no. It's not deductible. You can claim donation receipts for legitimate charities, and you always should check with the charity, make sure its status has not been revoked. But in essence, a charitable donation, you get a 15% non-refundable tax credit on the first $200 and 29% thereafter. You are not obligated to use your donations in the year in which you make them. You can actually stockpile them for up to 5 years. And likewise, if you have a spouse and you are both contributing to various organizations, you have some options as to who's going to claim them. You can either or you can split them. In Canada, you have to declare your worldwide income.
That's right.
It doesn't matter where it comes from.
Nope.
And I also hear people say, well, I worked in the US, but I filed the US tax return, so I don't have to file it in Canada. Wrong again. While you may have paid tax on that income in the US, you still have to report the income in Canada, but you can claim the foreign tax credit for the tax that you paid, which would reduce or eliminate the tax here in Canada, depending on your circumstances. We see this quite often with tuition because it can be a little bit confusing. Typically, the parent will pay for the tuition or they'll go through some kind of financial assistance, but the parent wants to claim the tuition receipt because they paid for it. But in fact, they can't. The student has to claim it. And now the student can claim up to $5,000 worth of their unused education and textbook credits for the current year. They can't use their unused credits for the previous year, just their current credits. And there's an equivalent provincial credit that goes with that as well.